Hi guys, it's still Mr. Richard. Hope you're well. In this video, we are going to work with question 2, right? Question 2, there are exponents and exponential equations, right? As well as a little bit of natures of roots, all right? Or should I say number system, right? Also integrate in this manner, right? So, right. In our previous video, we did look at question 1. Now we are on question 2. Right. I will also post other videos so that we can complete the whole paper. As for paper 2, I've already done some of the questions. You can check on my videos. I've done November paper 2 question 1 until 3 there. So we shall upload this week. We shall upload the other remaining questions of geometry. Yes, you are left with geometry, right? Left with geometry and stats, right? So those are the remaining. For those of you who are writing this November 2022, I wish you all the best, guys. Study smart and put in the work, then the result will be good, right? So if you're new to this video, what are you waiting for? Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Let's subscribe. Right. We thank you guys for those of you who keep subscribing. And let's grow this community. Without wasting time, let us get into work. Right. Okay. At 2.1, we are required to simplify. Yes, let's simplify. Let's simplify this, right? Okay, how many marks is this? That's 4. So let's work. Right, that at 2.1, we're given 3 times 2 to the power of x plus 1. Okay, 2 multiplied by 4 to the power of x divided by 3 multiplied by 2 to the power of x subtracted by 2 to the power of x. Okay, first thing first, we need to write our bases as prime bases or prime factors, right? So what we could do here is to change 4. In this case, we can change 4 so that we have similar base, right? So we have 3 times 2 to the power of x plus 1 multiply by 2, then change 4, it will be 2 to the power of 2 x there divided by 3 multiplied by 2 to the power of x and 2 to the power of 2x, right? So in this case, let's break 2 to the power of x is going to be 2 to the power of x and 2 to the power of 1. Okay, in this case here we have 2 times x there, that will be 2 to the power of 2x, right? Okay, all right, 3 times 2 to the power of x subtracted by 2 to the power of x. So we need to factor out by taking out the highest common factor. The highest common factor will be 2 to the power of x, right? So in this case, we are having 2 times 2 to the power of x. What is common is 2 to the power of x, right? We are left with what here? We are left with 3, right? So when you multiply back, it will return you to this expression. Similarly, to get 2 to the power of x, we need 2 to the power of 2x. 2 to the power of x, sorry for that. Then we divide. Then similarly here, we're going to factor out. We're going to have 2 to the power of x and 3. Okay, so subtracted, to get to 2 to the power of x, we need 2 to the power of x, right? So this will cancel, and as well as similar common brackets will cancel. What are we left? We are left with 2 to the power of 1, which will be 2. So our solution will be 2. So this is how you are supposed to work with such question, right? So let's go to solving for x. Right, solving for x, we are given a rational exponent equation there without a base. We need to solve for x. How many marks is that? That's 4 marks, right? Okay, that's great, guys. That's great. That's 3 marks, not 4. Okay, all right. Let's put this into practice. We are at 2.2, 2.2.1. Okay. So for those of you, this question paper was written in Eastern Cape. Yes, it's November 2022, Eastern Cape. Eastern Cape, it's a province in South Africa. Right, so let's put this into practice. We are given 5x to the power of 2 all over 5, which is equals to 20. Then what are you going to do? Divide both sides by 5, divide both sides by 5. Then this will be 2 all over 5 there. How many times does 5 goes into 20? That it goes 4 times. Then okay, to make things simpler, we could say the inverse of this will be 5 all over 2. Similarly, we are going to have 5 all over 2 in this case. So this and this, they will cancel. This and this cancel. Then we are left with x. So when you change 4, it will be 2 to the power of 2. And you have 5 all over 2. So this and this, they cancel. What are we going to be left with? We are going to be left with 2 to the power of 5, which is 32. So when you place 32 here, definitely it will give you 20. So that means this solution is correct, right? So guys, we are going to deal with now let's look at 2 to the power 2.2.2. At 2.2.2 we are given 12 to the power of x multiplied by 3x plus 1 is equals to 648. So first thing first, we need to break this exponent, okay, into exponential form. Break 3 to the power of 3x and 3 to the power of 1, which is equals to 648. Okay, to make things simpler here, I think let's divide both sides by 3. It will be very easier to work with this. This and this will cancel. So we will be left with 12. Remember, this is 12 to the power of x and 12 to the power of x and 3 to the power of x. So how many times does 640? How many times does 3 goes into 648? Definitely it will be 216. It goes 216 times. So we are not done. We could factor out this. We could say 12 times 3 to the power of x, right? Which will be 216. Then 12 times 3, that will be 36. So it will be 36 to the power of x, which will be 216. Then changing 36, it's the same as 6 squared. 6 squared times x, that will be 6 to the power of 2x there. Then let's change 216 to an exponential equation. If you're using casual effects, just say punch 216 is equals to shift factor. Okay, 216. Then shift factor, that will be okay, right, 216. Okay, let me see, 648 divided by 3. Okay, right, let me just, okay, let's punch our calculator so that we confirm whether we did right or wrong. All right, guys, punching our calculator won't give us the exact base. So what we could do, it's let's see, 6 to the power of 3. Let's try 6 to the power of 3. 6 to the power of 3, that gives you 16. So remember, the bases should be the same so that we can drop the exponent. So we are going to drop the exponent since the bases are the same. Divide both side by 2. That will be 3 all over 2. So when you check here, it will give you, when you go back and check, put 3 all over 2 and put 3 all over 2, you are going to get 648 there, right? So now we are going to work with 2.3. Right, 2.3 sounds tedious, right? But let's tackle it. So determine the values of x for which f of x is defined. Right, for something to be defined, it must be a real number. So let's look at this equation. So we can see that at the denominator it's undefined, right? Let's take that part, that quadratic part. Remember, we're working with 2.3. So let's take the denominator, which is x squared plus 10x plus 25. This is where at the denominator it's undefined, right? It's equals to 0. So the factors will be 5 and 5. that will give us 10 and 25. So the signs will be the same. Since it's positive, the signs will be the same, followed by the middle term, right? Check your signs very well. So meaning that our x will be -5. In this case, x is -5. It's the solution. We are not done. For f of x to be defined, it must be what? Must be the element of real numbers. So that's what you are supposed to do in this case. So if you have another way of doing it, you can also work out this. Remember, in mathematics, there are many ways of tackling problems depending on which method, preferable method you have. See you on the next video, which is question 3 and question 4. Remember, don't forget to subscribe and share. We love you.